Hello muffins! In this video we're going to go over how to solve equations where there's distributive property involved. And we're going to hope that the pep rally noise is not too loud because I'm not so optimistic. Okay, alright, so when you are distributing you see distributive property, you're going to do what you want to do, which is distribute. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute. After we distribute, from there, we're just going to solve like a two-step equation. I didn't leave a space for step if you want to write that underneath, or like a normal equation or whatever. Okay, so it's just kind of one additional step. So we'll do these pretty quickly. Distribute first, and then we're going to zero out any constants and turn any coefficients to 1. So constant is just a number like 5, 10, 100, negative 100. And then a coefficient, remember, is the number connected to the variable. So when we distribute this 1/4 times x, we're just going to get 1/4 x. And when we distribute 1/4 of -4, you want to think about if you're multiplying by a fraction that has a coefficient, like a numerator of 1, all you're doing is dividing. So 1/4 of -4 is -1, but you can use your calculator if you need to, but you really should be able to do that in your head. All right, so from there, we're just going to solve it like a normal equation. We're going to get rid of the -1 first by adding it because it's negative. -6 plus 1 is -5. And then 1/4 x. And we're going to bring down, and we're going to turn the 1/4 into 1 by multiplying it by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal, remember, is a fraction flipped upside down. That's going to be 4 over 4, which is 1x, or just x, equals, and then -5 times 4 is just -20 over 1, or just -20. So our answer for this one is -20. You can check this in Desmos. All you have to do is type in the left side of the equation and see if we get it to equal -6. Weird stuff already. Okay, let's see. So 1/4 times -20 minus 4, and you get -6. So it checks out. So all I did was I took this number, I'm going to change this to yellow, this number here, and I plugged it in for the x up there. So you can do that quick check, and it should be a balanced equation, so the sides should equal. Okay, so for this one, same thing. We're going to distribute first. That'd be 12 minus 24a. And then I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides because it's positive, so positive 12. If you added it, it would turn to 24. So don't add it because we want it to be 0. And then we have a -24a we bring down. So signs matter. Make sure you look to the left of the term. And then we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient. And that's going to be 1a, or just a, and then 24 divided by -24, which is -1. So for this one, a is equal to -1 for your final. All right, last two. Same thing with this. We're going to distribute. It's a fraction, but it's okay. We do 3/2 times 3, or times -3. We write 3 over 1, and we multiply across. So 3 times 3, and then 2 times 1. I don't know if it's like showing up on here, all the screaming. It's like the pep rally is today. It's very exciting. Equals 15. And then we're going to, because it's minus 9/2, we're going to add 9/2 to both sides. And this can actually help if you think about 9/2 as a mixed number. So 9/2 is really 4 and 1/2. So I'm going to add 4 and 1/2 to 15. So that would be 19 and 1/2. And I get 3/2 x equals 19 and 1/2. And from there, we can still multiply by the reciprocal. I'm going to change it back to an improper fraction here in a second. All right, 2/3 and then times 2/3. So if you're multiplying these together, what you can do is change 19.5 back to a improper fraction. So 19 times 2, you do the whole number times the denominator. And so that would be like 38 plus the numerator, which is 1. So 39/2 times 2/3. And we can cross simplify this. Cross simplifies to 1. 39 actually simplifies as well. That turns into 39 divided by 3. Guess I'm like, probably should have just done all this in the calculator. It went a lot faster. 13, yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't gonna. Okay, so this is actually going to be 13. 13 times 1, which is 13. 1 times 1, which is 1. Now, that is a lot of fraction work. So, just to show you that you don't really have to use all the fractions, if I get to 19.5, I can just type in 19.5. I'm just going to do 19.5, but you can type in 19 and 1/2 on there as well. And then times 2/3. And it will do the math for you. So it'll tell you that the answer is 13. So you don't have to kind of work all this stuff out by hand. All right, the last one on here, we're going to distribute. Remember, that's a -1. So it'll be -10 minus x equals 14. And then from there, we're going to, again, we always try to look, where's the number not connected to the variable? It's -10. So we're going to zero it out by adding it. -10 plus 10 is 0. And then -x equals 24. Don't forget that negative part, that matters, because if you remember from the last video, I think it was the last video. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I made it like 10 minutes ago, so you think I'd remember. You have to divide by -1 on both sides to get -24. Okay, so again, make sure you get all these written down. If you got to go back and watch it again, that's fine. All of these you can check in your calculator, just like we did earlier, but I'll just do the last one more time. So if I type in, all I have to do is plug this in here, and we should get 14 since that's what it's supposed to equal. So if I do negative and then 10 plus -24, there it is. So there's 14. So you can always kind of go back to double check your answers before you submit them. So we're going to do the same thing we did last class, where make sure these notes are written down. You're going to go up to your boards, answer the problems, and then you're going to take a picture in the formative. And then after that, you can work on the CYU and then your math space, and no exit ticket. And I'll see you guys next class. Okay? Have a great day.